5-2, relations. So as you've already noticed, this chapter has a lot to do with like graphing and coordinate pairs and x and y axis, which is super important because this is going to play a big part in your geometry for most of you next year. So by the way, I hope you understand the class. What's going to happen is some of you are going to be recommended to go to geometry honors, and some of you will be recommended to go to algebra again. Now, if you get recommended algebra, that is not a bad thing. It's actually going to be a good thing for you if I recommend it as best I know. So you might take it again, and you'll go over a lot of the stuff we went over today, or sorry, this year. And it'll help you get a head start because you already know what we're talking about. And it will be different. It won't be like exactly the same. And then some of you will be recommended to geometry honors, and that's going to be determined at the end of the year. And your feedback will count. So like if your parents are like, nope, I want them to go to geometry, then go. No, I want them to go to Algebra 1, then go. It's your choice. But I recommend. Yes?
Wait, is it determined by your grade?
It is partly by your grade and then by your ethic, your work ethic. Like if I can see that you work hard, show me work, yeah, you'll do well in geometry. Or, yeah, you got that grade, but, oh, man, I'm kind of worried, so take it again. Whatever the case is. And you don't have to listen to me. You could do what your parents decide. They're the ultimate authority on that. Okay. What is a relation, though? A relation is a set of ordered pairs. So we talked about ordered pairs. What is the order? Do you guys remember what the ordered pairs are? So they're their coordinates. So the order has to be this, then that. Jenna? X and Y. And that's typically how we look at it. Although you can have other variables other than X and Y. That happens, but normally the way we use it is X and Y. Okay. That's one of the terms. That's relation. The second one I want us to get is the word domain. Does anyone know what domain means? Like, have you ever heard that word before? And I think I asked this. Jack? What's domain? Someone's domain. I'll keep... Good. All right. So in math, it's going to be the set of x coordinates. Let's see if I can fit this here. Nate, did you have a use other than math? Did you have your hand up? What's domain?
It's like the first in the set.
Okay, so you're going to say the same thing basically. Anyone else know what domain means? Though? Like my domain. This is the boss domain. Yeah.
In a way, my kingdom, like my corporate.
Yeah, this is like my domain. You know, like some of your parents, like one of your parents can claim that house is their domain. Maybe your room, you have domain over that room. You're like the ruler, the king. That's not the same thing as domain here, but we can think of domain as first, right? If you're the ruler of a place, if you have domain, then you're first in that land or place or whatever. All right, but the set of x coordinates, so that's domain. X coordinates. Because the other one is called range, and what do you think that deals with? Y coordinates. So the set of y coordinates. And that is going to lead into our problems in just a moment. So you got your domain, you got your range, x, and then y, and then a relation is a set of ordered pairs. There's another term we're going to get in the next lesson, which we're not going to go over until, Monday. But it's going to deal with relations, but it's a specific type of relation. And you probably could just look at the next lesson and find out what that word would be. Okay, this is a very, very easy lesson if you just pay attention. It's very easy. All you have to do is look at the numbers and tell me which ones are x values or which ones are y values. But what you do also need to pay attention to is how I write it. I want the format to be the same because that's how you're going to see it later on, so you might as well get used to it. Okay, so let's look at example number 1. And, my voice is going out. Can someone read example number 1 for me? Let's go with Nate. just read the instructions on example number 1, and you could read A, B, and C, and D.
Represent the relation shown in the graph at the right as A, a set of ordered pairs, B, a table, and C, a method.
Okay.
D,
Oh.
determine the generator.
Oh my. You got A, B, C, and D. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw out well, no, I don't think I even need to do that. I think you guys can get this. I'm stuck, sorry. Okay, thank you. We want to get the set of ordered pairs. When you're writing a set of ordered pairs, you have to use the braces. Okay, so that's a brace. That's an open brace. Okay, can somebody give me from left to right, what is that first ordered pair represented on that graph? What's that first little point? How do you name it with an ordered pair? Lily, G.
Is it -3, 3?
It would be called -3, the x-coordinate, and +3, the y-coordinate. So that's -3, 3. I'm going to start calling on people to give me the next point, and please pay attention because I'm trying to help you out on how to name these properly. So this is A, and we're doing a set of ordered pairs. All right, the next one to the right of the one we just named. So the second one in the second quadrant. Brian. -1, 2. That is correct. I want you to give me the topmost point in the first quadrant. So the highest point in the first quadrant. Lily M. So what's the top point in the first quadrant on example 1? You see where I'm at? So try that out. Give me 1, 3. All right, so 1, 3. Lucy, the next point in the first quadrant, the one below that one. 1, 1. And the first point in quadrant 4, so the one on the left. Autumn? 3, -2. And the last point, the one I have not named, the bottom right in the fourth quadrant. Wow. Maggie? 4, -2. All right. Now, can I ask you a question here? It's your opinion. How hard was that? I mean, other than keeping track of all those points, I hope it's like, okay, yeah, we did this yesterday. That's A. That's a set of ordered pairs. You guys get that? What do you always have to start a set of ordered pairs with? Braces. What do you have to end them with? That thing. That's a brace, by the way. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be a symbol that should demonstrate a brace. All right, that was A. Oh, my. What's B asked me to do? Make a table. Okay, so a table. Man, these tables, I really like them. So you're going to make 2 columns. You're going to have an X column and a Y column. And I believe what I normally do is I just start drawing the little rows and hope that's enough. If I need more, I just draw another set of boxes. All right. So the reason I went from left to right when naming the set of ordered pairs is because that's going to make it easier to write this in order. I'm not requiring it in order for the set of ordered pairs or the table, but it is nice to do it in order because it's just go in ascending order. So what would be the first x value according to this set of ordered pairs? -3. Next one? I would say next one would be, so -3 and then -1, 1. I do 1 again, 3, and see what I have to do? I'm just going to create another one. That's 4, I think, right? There we go. Okay, what goes with -3? 3. What goes with -1? 2. What goes with 1? 3 and 1. What goes with 3? -2. What goes with 4? Okay, was that hard? And you could have done it differently than I did it. That's okay. And I'm not requiring it in an order, as in you don't have to put this set first and then this set. You can do any order, but you do have to match them up. These two have to be together. Those two, same thing. So far, so good? Man, is this how hard it gets? No. All right, let's go to C. What does C want me to do? Map it. Okay, what does it mean by mapping? You see those ovals? That's a circle mapping. Yeah, you can call it a circle mapping, but they just call it a mapping. You have your X and you have your Y values. By the way, here, let's see if you guys were listening. What would the set of X coordinates be called? Domain. What would the set of Y coordinates be called? Range. So you have your domain, then range. That's all they're doing. All right. Now, in the circle mapping, what you have to be careful of is you don't repeat any of the numbers in either one of them. You don't repeat multiple times. So, here on the circle mapping, I'm just going to write my X values first. So, -3, -1. How many times should I list out +1? Once. Not twice. I know it was twice in that set of ordered pairs, but just once. And then I'm going to write out all the, and I just did this in a different order. 2, 1, 3, -2. I list out all the range values, and I didn't do it in order. I don't require it in order for A, B, and C so far. Okay? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to show me the pairs with the circle mapping. So what value in the Y set of numbers matched up with -3 in the X? So I draw a line from -3 to 3. Is that the only match that -3 had? Yes. What about -1? What did -1 have? It matched up with 2, right? -1, 2. What did 1 match up to?
3.
Yeah, you put a line to 3 and a line to 1 from 1 on the X set of values, right? And then what matched up with 3? -2. What matched up with 4? -2. All right, so that's what your circle map. It looks like a bunch of lines, but what it's showing you is, ready? Here it is. It's showing you the relation between the X values and the Y values. See the relationships? It's like a little bridging of the two values, okay? That is a relationship. That was C, wasn't it? What do we have next? D. All right, last one on this problem. What this is doing is it's getting us practice with identifying set of ordered pairs, using a table, looking at circle mappings, and just being able to see the relationship of numbers. So the domain, I'm going to put a capital D. I'm going to put equals, and then open brace, and list these out least to greatest. You will list these out least to greatest. So D's the only one I want least to greatest. What are the X values from least to greatest? -3, -1, 1, 3, 4. Do I list any of them out more than once? No. In the domain, do not repeat. Do you think I should repeat in the range? No. Capital R for the range. Open brace. And then, yeah, what's the order? Least to greatest. -2, 1, 2, 3. And then close brace. All right. Whew. That's example 1. Okay, do you guys know what a set of ordered pairs is? And do you know how to write them down? I hope you do. A table. Hopefully it's not too bad. The circle mapping and the domain and range. You guys okay with this? What I like about this lesson is it's just giving you pretty much straight facts, like do this, do this, do that. What I'm going to do later is I'm going to say, all right, why did we even talk about the domain? Like, what does it even matter what X could be or what Y could be? Well, it's going to relate to the problems we're going to deal with when we get application here. How about this? When someone talks about making money at a job, okay, you work, your parents work. Any of you have a job? Like lawn mowing, yard work, I don't know, some people have jobs. Okay, when you talk about jobs, I hope, and this may not be true of everyone, But I'm guessing none of you deal in negative numbers, do you? Like I worked five hours today this week, and I lost $20. Is that how it works? No, because when you're talking about how much money you make, you talk about positive numbers, right? So do I even need to worry about the negative numbers when I'm talking about how much money I make? I hope not. What about when you go to the mall? Do you gain money at the mall? It's like, are you looking at? Oh, I know what happens. You go to those kiddie machines and you're looking at the coins slots and you're, ooh, some poor little kid, got another quarter there. Is that what you do at the mall? Or what do you normally do? Hopefully you don't do that. What do you normally do? Usually give money, which is technically a negative thing. But some of you are saying, Mr. A, you're telling me that shopping is a negative thing? No. It's a positive thing. Yeah. All right, anyway. Let's look at one more example, and then you're good. So, there's another term, the last one. It's called the inverse. The inverse of any relation, which you will have to find. The inverse of any relation is, and I'm going to use this word, obtained. What a nice word. Obtained by switching the coordinates. And we're going to see what this looks like. Switching the coordinates in each ordered pair. You know what we're going to do? We're going to get our relation. We're going to put our set of ordered pairs, and then we're going to do this. We're going to switch all the x and y values. Just switch them all up. And that's going to be the inverse. And that's going to...
There is a goodness.
Did you guys see what I saw?
Yeah.
Why do I feel so cold? Okay, sorry, I don't know. What does that mean? I think technology is revolting against me, guys, but I'm scared. So thank you, you guys are here with me. So if something bad happens to me... Okay, I'm not going to end that thought. Okay, let's look at example number 3. Are you guys at all afraid that technology is going to take over people, like robots and stuff, androids? Anybody? Okay. Swivl? He didn't mean that.
Robots have to be controlled by humans.
Oh. Oh, so Jenna is a skeptic, and Claire is a fearful one.
I'm a fearful one. I have a safe place in my house.
Wow, I like the interaction going on here.
I have 3.
Yeah, I have a dog. Okay. Example number 3. Let's look at how to work this one, and then I'll let you go. Example 3. Express the relation shown in the mapping as a set of ordered pairs. Write the inverse of the relation and draw a mapping to model the inverse. Okay? So what it wants me to do is it wants me to write a set of ordered pairs with the mapping that they have at the top. So can anyone tell me how I start a set of ordered pairs? Or a relation? With a brace. Or the braces. Okay? What's the first ordered pair you can see from the top mapping? And I'm going to start calling on people. Abby, what's the first one you see? 1, -3 is, I do see that one as well. Good. So please don't repeat 1, by the way, because it's up there and we said it. Okay, another one. Carson.
4, -1.
Okay, I'll go with 4, -1. These don't have to be in order. 4, -1. All right, that is the second one or another one. Jackson, give me a third.
3, -1.
3, -1 is another one. Good. 3, -1. And I need a final one. Turner. 2, -2. All right. Good job, guys. 2 and -2. How do I end up my set of ordered pairs? Brace, good. Please don't forget that, because when you see that, you're going to be like, what does that mean? Automatically, you think it's a set. Automatically, it's a set of ordered pairs. It has to be. Okay, here's the fun part. Ready? This is the set of ordered pairs. Okay? What did it want me to do next? Write the inverse. Okay? So what I need to do is on your homework, you have to do this. You're going to have an ordered pair. That's your first set. Then I need you to put the letter I or write out inverse, whatever you want to do, and start another set. And here's what you get to do. Ready? For the inverse set, what you're going to do is you're going to switch the x and y coordinates. So what does 1, negative 3 become? Negative 3, 1. Isn't that fun? Go ahead and do it for the rest. Negative 1, positive 4. We're like flipping everything around.
That's weird.
It is weird. And cool at the same time. Like, Mr. A, this seems pointless. Is there a noise? Someone's sawing their way out or something. I don't know. Negative 2.
Who gets the air?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, how many of you understand how to get a set of ordered pairs? So the relation. Do you know how to do the inverse of it? Okay, and then the last thing they want you to do is get a map of the inverse. So circle mapping of the inverse. So go ahead and do that. Just label it your x and y. Do you ever repeat anything in the circle mappings for the x or y? No, don't repeat. So I'll go. I like doing it in order. You don't have to. But you do have to put them all at least once. Sorry. You have to put them once and only once. Sorry, my eyes are starting to play tricks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then draw the relationships among those groupings. All right, so negative 3 goes with 1. Negative 1 goes with 4. Negative 1 also goes with 3. And negative 2 goes with 2. So do you guys realize that if we're not doing the same order, our circle mappings might look different? Because the lines might go like here and here instead of like where I have them. That's okay. That happens. And no one has a question yet? What's the whole point of the inverse? This seems pointless to me. It's just like switching them up. Yeah, but why does that even matter? I mean, yeah, I get it's good. It's the opposite, but why does that matter? Here it is. Last thing to do, because you told me to. Okay. Go ahead and I want you to draw the set of ordered pairs on a coordinate plane. So this is practice from yesterday. And then I want you with a different colored pencil or pen to do the inverse on that same coordinate plane. So like what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put 1, negative 3. And you don't have to have graph paper. You just do it on your notebook paper. Just graph the set of ordered pairs on this. And then with a different colored pencil or pen, do the inverse of that. And somebody hopefully can tell me a relationship. Or does anyone know what might happen? Completely opposite. That sounds strange. No, you just draw it. And this is not required of your homework, but I just want you to see it. 1, negative 3. Oh, wow. Do that. 3, 1, 4, okay, did you guys get this for your first set? Okay, and then I'll do it with a different color, and I'll get the inverses now. You guys see it? What is it? Oh, it's a butterfly. Oh, I guess you can see a butterfly. I heard it. Symmetrical. Symmetrical. then you're like, what do you mean symmetrical? Ready, guys? It's symmetrical about the line y equals x. Ready? I'm going to do it with a different color so I don't confuse you guys. This is what you should get. And I know it's not perfectly balanced because my lines aren't perfect. That's the line of symmetry.
Oh no.
This again. No. Okay, listen to me carefully. You know what you just went over? A lesson in geometry. You will see this next year, or the year after that, or next year, whether you're in Algebra 1 or geometry. You'll see it again.
Algebra 2.
It's Algebra 2 too, as well. Algebra 2 as well.
Why would you go to Algebra 1 and then geometry and then that?
Because just like any good sequel, you call it something like the return. So you gotta, you start it and then you go to and then the return. Oh no. Geometry and algebra relate. But you'll see they'll be tied together. Yes, ma'am.
If you do Algebra 1 next year and then geometry, what would you do?
Algebra 1, then geometry, algebra 2.
Take Algebra 2. That's weird. What if they just do all the trash? Wouldn't it be Algebra 2 and then geometry?
Some schools do that, but I don't think most of them here do.
We take calculus after that.
Pre-calc.
Yeah.
Okay, your homework, since you guys are so enthusiastic, is going to be, that's okay, 17 to 35 odd, and 47 and 49. Pages, and I'll move in just a moment, pages 267 to 269. All right. So a little goodbye.